Hello, my name is Zachary Lurie. I'm a learning designer with Sustainable Screens Australia, and in this video we're going to complete the section on non-filming spaces in the carbon footprint. I've already got, as you can see here, my preparation checklist, and the first page I've filled in all of the start and finish dates of each stage of production, my non-filming spaces, and I've filled in the number of days we're going to use each of those spaces. So we're going to the non-filming spaces. In the non-filming spaces, this is where you're going to enter in the electricity, gas and water use for every non-filming space, so production, office, art, construction, as an example. And I've entered in some dummy data here. You'll notice that I use a file format of putting the space first, the type of energy, and then whether it covers pre-production, production, and post-production. It's just a really helpful way for you to go back and know, oh, I'm missing data from post, or in this case, for example, construction, they didn't actually use the space in post-production, so I've just put here pre and production. As an example, we're going to put in water usage for art. So you click on Add New, you click on the production office now, and then you give your space a name. We're going to call this Art. We're based in New South Wales, and we're going to select water. Now, you might not know the meter reading or the electricity reading right early on in pre-production, so we want you to use the benchmark. And when you click on the benchmark tab, it asks you how many employees are working in art department. Okay, I know there are 25 employees based on looking at our crew list and the number of days. So using our checklist, I know, okay, here, art, the number of days it was used for were 240, and this will create a benchmark estimate for you, and you'll see then the emissions effect in terms of tons of carbon emissions is created. Now, you may ask, why have I selected the production office for the art department? That's not the same space. Well, I'll give you an example of why it can be problematic at the start. When you choose other space for art and you click on electricity or gas, you then need to have the exact consumption in kilowatts per hour. Okay, and that's difficult to know at the beginning of production. So it's best when you're doing the first estimate to select production office and then select gas and use your benchmark. Okay, our art department is open plan. We've got 25 staff in art, and if I look at my checklist, again, art is for 240 days, and then I can click Save. Early on in the pre-production, use the benchmark figure, and that will help you give an estimate. Once you get your bills in from your electricity provider, or you know the total number of gas that you've used, and the total water usage from a water bill, then you can go in and be more specific, and you can edit in your final carbon footprint, and you can change from benchmark to the meter reading and put exactly the amount in. The great thing as well is that you can then see straight away in terms of where your biggest emissions are coming from. What do you do if some of your electricity is from a renewable source and some of the rest is from a fossil fuel generated? Well, the best way to handle this is by putting in two separate entries. Let's give you an example now of doing some renewable energy. So we'll put in the production office, and this time we're going to again follow our naming conventions, select electricity, and by this stage you will have had a bill, and you can find out what the daily rate is per day and multiply that out by the number of days. So we'll select meter reading, and you'll see here you can base it on the total or daily. I'm going to base it on the total, and usually on your electricity bill it will say a percentage that is renewable or solar powered or green power. I've looked at the bill and I know in this case it's 5,000, and then we select the box certified green energy and press save, and you'll see that when that generates, it has 0 emissions. If you're stuck, check out our frequently asked questions on our website, and also keep your preparation checklist handy, and that's how you complete the non-filming spaces for the carbon footprint calculator.